What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Justin Davis. Today we're going to check out some super small little chargers. I'm going to review the new B6 Lite from Sky RC. We're going to check that out. Also, be sure to jump into my Patreon if you want to. Become my friend down below. Click that little link and you can win this coming up. I'm giving away an Emax Buzz on the channel. One lucky Patreon is going to win this. So be sure to do that. If you want to support the channel and keep the channel going, I'd appreciate that. But today, let's talk about portable chargers, what you can take out there on the road. I'm going to let you know what I prefer, what I use on the road, and how I do it, and how I charge batteries in the field. So there it is on the bench. It's sitting next to my iPhone now, and it's actually quite shorter than my iPhone, which is kind of amazing. You can get all kinds of different portable chargers out there right now. The market is pretty much flooded with them. But Sky RC has been making chargers for quite some time, and a lot of times they do it more on a budget than some of the other more popular brands out there. I wouldn't say that Sky RC is a total name brand, but they are working on that. And they offer some pretty large also bench chargers as well you can check out. But today we're talking about this little tiny mini charger, and it's going up against one of my all-time favorites, the Q6 Plus. This one charges up to 13 amps, which is super awesome. It's 220 watt. It is actually charging at a little bit slower rate than something like 14 amp on the Q6, and the Q6 is also 300 watt. But they're also the same price. So why would you buy this one over the Q6 Plus? This one does from a 1S battery all the way up to a 6S battery, which is very, very nice. And it's also about 135 grams total weight. Now, the way that you take this one out in the field and use it for a charger without having a power source is powering it from the side here with an XT60. You just plug this into the side right here, and it has an input voltage, pretty big input voltage from 7 to 32 volts. So I'm using a 4S 16000 to power it. You can see this here, and I've had it for quite some time. When it comes on, it does have a single fan right here, and it also has your output voltage side on this side and your balance board right here. Don't confuse these two. You might actually short it out. Some of these chargers do have an internal power protection board inside, and I'm not totally sure if this one does or not, but it does have rubber feet on the bottom as well, which is kind of nice. It shows you your input and output right here. You can do DC. It looks like DC only. Does not have a way to put any type of AC connector to it, so you couldn't charge it, couldn't plug it into the wall. And output at 13 amp right there. So 13 and 220 watt right there. It's going to be your total voltage range on this baby for output. So this one is a little bit different as far as the screen goes. This one might be a little bit easier to see out in the field because this is more of an LED type of input, and I'm looking to see if it's touchscreen, and it's not right here. So that's not going to be any issue there. And I'm selecting the mode right there, up, and press it again, discharge. If I keep pressing it, it goes to storage. If I press it again, quick charge. And let's just do a quick charge here. So we'll press that play button on the right hand side, and that brings it down to the current. So I can bring my charge rate up right here just by holding it. I can go a little higher. Now I'm at 3.6 amps. I can go down a little bit. Let's go down to about 2, and we'll hit play again right there. LIPO, number of cells. Let's go back to that real quick. Number of cells, we're going to make 4, so we're going to go up, hit the up arrow there. And now I'm going to take my R-line battery, and I'm going to plug it into the side here. And negative starts on this side, so we're going to plug in the black wire all the way to the right hand side right there, as far over as you can get it. Now it should show me some current voltage inside the LiPo, 15.19 there, and current says 2.0 amps. That's what we're going to charge, and the capacity, it has 0 so far. Just hold down this play button and it will automatically start to charge. You'll hear it beep. Okay, just like that, and now it's charging. And what's nice is it does show me a little bit of different information here for the current that's going into the battery right now. My current voltage on the battery is 15.37, and the capacity that we've put in since the charge has began So we're at 49%, and this battery will probably take around 10 minutes to charge up. I could speed this up a little bit by going a little bit faster, but usually my safe charge rate on a lot of my LiPos is from 1 to 2 amp. I generally don't go over 2 amp just to be safe. And if you want to stop this battery, we can go ahead and hit the stop button there. And if you guys want to charge other batteries, like your XT30 style batteries, I can put a link down below for these. These are really handy out in the field. You just plug those into the side, and now you can charge any of your smaller LiPos, like for your Baby Hawk Rs or any type of micro brushless quads that you might be flying. And now I have an older 6S battery that I have here that's originally a Dean's that I was flying on one of my helis. And I'm just going to go ahead and plug this in because this claims that it will charge up to a 6S. And we're going to test out this balance board on the side right here. Just plug in your balance lead there, just like that. And it would be nice if it had an auto detect on here like some of the other chargers do, but we're going to go in and manually select this. So we're going to tap on the play button there. We're going to do a fast charge, yes. We're going to keep going all the way up to the top. LiPo, yes. Number of cells, we're going to increase it all the way up to 6. Let's see if it lets me go past 6. Nope. All the way back around to 1. So we're going to do 6 there. Hit play again. Now we're going to long tap the play button, and it will automatically start charging. So even though I have my converter there over to the XT60, it is now charging. And this battery is almost charged. And these buttons don't do anything while you're charging. So cool that it does charge all the way up to a 6S battery. I'm going to go ahead and stop that. Now you see the competitor to the Sky RC B6 Lite. They're both the same price, so you know it really depends on which one you prefer as to which one you get. They're relatively the same size. This one does charge 13 amp and this one charges up to 14 amps, so depending on what you want. This one also has a little larger power wattage, 300 watt on this one. So both have the XT60 connector on the side for the power input, and this one did 7 to 32 volt, which is cool, but you can still charge with a 4S or 5S battery with either of these type of chargers. So you can go as big as you want out in the field for your power supply. 4S 16,000 gets me tons of charges, so sometimes you can find those large batteries on sale, but the biggest difference between these two primarily is the screens, and which one it comes down to that you prefer. This one does have that sort of LED type screen on the side right here. Gives you this type of readout. It shows you your firmware update, current version when it loads up, and then this one looks like this. It has sort of a color screen, which I like. It shows Q6 logo there. And this one's been out for over a year now. I want to say almost 2 years this one's been out, but it shows me everything here, all of my voltage for individual cells. So I'm just going to plug in this 4S 1550 and show you once I plug in this balance lead right here. Watch what happens right here. Let's see, make sure we're doing that right. The negative is down at the very bottom there, so I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. Now it shows me individual cell voltage. So those are all balanced. I really like that a lot. And some of these also have auto detect. So we're at 4S right there. Current setting is 0.4. We could go up to 2.0 and just simply start tasks like that. And this one actually shows you percentage up at the top right, the time elapsed, how much current amps you're putting into the battery, how much you've put in, 4S right there, and all of your voltage display right there. And you can go even further for the information here as well. So it looks like I've charged 199 pieces with this particular charger. It shows me how many batteries have actually been on this charger, which is cool. But again, I do like the Q6 Plus, and I think even though I'm reviewing the B6 Lite today, I still got to say that the ISDT Q6 Plus still might be my favorite out of these two. This would be nice on the days where it's a little bit sunnier and you need to see your screen better. This one's probably going to be easier to see versus this one. This one can be sometimes hard to see in the super bright sunlight. But this one will also charge HV batteries as well. Both are very, very simple chargers to use. And now I'll show you my larger D6 Duo Pro. This one is a AC DC dual type of charging setup. You can use the AC power on this side and your XT60 on this side, so we'll go ahead and plug this one in. It has a huge fan in the back, and this one is a dual port, so you can use a balance board with either one of these. You want to use a parallel charge board coming out this side right here. You can charge up to 6 batteries at once with both of these. This one, however, has 2 ports ready to go and 2 balance ports right there as well. So the screen is split on both sides there. You have the dial wheel over here. This is the channel select on the left hand side. And let's just go ahead and select channel 1 right there, and it gives me a full screen option. This one actually has full color screen right there. So we're going to go in the front here on this channel 1. They're clearly labeled channel 1 and channel 2 on the front here. And this one is 200 watt, and it will charge up to 15 amps. So if you're looking to charge even higher, this one is going to be the biggest one of the 3 that I'm going to show you today. Just make sure that we're plugging everything correct. Okay, so now this one automatically shows me my cell voltage there for individual cells, which I like a lot. So we're in standby mode. We're going to go ahead and click in, and we're going to go into this interface, and I'm going to show you this one. And this one is not an HV battery, I don't believe. Just going to double check that. This is a standard LiPo, 4.2 volts right there. The battery type, we want to change that to LiPo. We don't want to charge that as the wrong type of battery. It did not auto detect. So we'll go ahead and start the task. And the fan just cut off and turned back on really low. And it shows me pretty much the same information as the Q6 Plus does. It has the milliamp putting into the battery, current charge rate, what I'm at right now, the time counter elapsed, and all of my cell voltage. And this will balance out over time, and you'll have a nice perfectly charged and balanced battery. So on any given day out on the road when I'm filming for you guys, a lot of times I am using the Q6 Plus, and a lot of times I bring this one with me as a backup. And it is not a bad idea to have multiple portable chargers on hand, because I have had some of these burn up. In the past, the ISDTs have let out on me, so I've had multiple ones of this one. So they might have fixed that in the newer versions, but one thing to be aware of, that some people have had some ISDT chargers go out. Even though this might be my favorite one, is it the most reliable? That's going to be up to your user experience probably, how well you take care of it out in the field. I've been pretty rough on this one, and it's been in a lot of dusty environments out in the deserts of Oregon, so I'm doing some long range flying with this, and this one is still going. This one has been my lucky one, so out of the few that I've had. But you know, maybe it was my fault that the other ones burnt up. Maybe I was charging on too hot of a day, or using too much amps going through that little charger, and it couldn't handle it and it burned up. But yeah, that's something that you're going to have to think about. If you're charging small batteries, something like micro brushless batteries, for example, you're not going to have a problem with it overheating, most likely. If you're getting up into the 6S range, I'm not sure that I would really charge a lot of 6S high amp type situations with this one. This one might be a great charger for micro brushless batteries from, say, 2S 300 milliamp all the way up to like a 4S 1550 like I showed you earlier. To get much bigger than that, then you might as well move up to something like the D6 Duo Pro. This one will also charge up to a 6S battery, and a very, very awesome performing charger. Also has a little wireless dock for your cell phone. If you have a wireless charging capability for your phone, it will also do that. So a lot of options here, guys, and I'll let you guys pick which one you like the best. I'm Justin Davis, guys. Take care, and I appreciate you watching my videos as always, and please do subscribe for more awesome videos coming up. See you on the next one.